بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Alhamdulillah, we're just covering some points regarding the blessed month of Ramadan. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has mentioned in the Quran, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ فِي لَيْلَةِ الْقَدْرِ, that indeed we sent the Quran down in the night of Qadr, in the night of power. So initially the Quran Sharif, the revelation of it began during this night of Laylatul Qadr. And Laylatul Qadr, this is one of the nights in the month of Ramadan. Hence, there is the revelation of the Quran. This began in the month of Ramadan. So there's a very, very special link and a very great link between Ramadan and the Quran. And not just the Quran itself, but when we mean the Quran, we mean the tilawah of the Quran, the reciting of the Quran. Almost all of Allah Ta'ala's divine scriptures, almost all of Allah Ta'ala's divine books, they were revealed in this month. And like we mentioned already, the revelation of the Quran began in this month, and then after that, this began a cycle where slowly, bit by bit, the entire Quran began to be revealed to our Prophet ﷺ over a span of 23 years. So as we mentioned that the Prophet Ibrahim ﷺ, he received his scriptures on the first or the third of Ramadan. And that Dawood ﷺ, he also received the Psalms, we call it the Zabur. So in Arabic you call it Zabur, in English you call it the Psalms. So he received the Psalms on the 12th or the 18th of this month. And Musa ﷺ, it's been mentioned that he received the Torah on the 6th of this month, and Isa ﷺ, he also received the Injil. He received the Bible either on the 12th or the 13th of this month. So now from this we can note that there's a very close connection between the divine scriptures and the month of Ramadan itself. So for this reason, as much tilawah of the Quran, as much recital of the Quran should be done as possible during this month. There's also narrations which mention that Jibreel ﷺ, he would recite the whole Quran to our Prophet ﷺ in this month, and vice versa as well. Our Prophet ﷺ, he used to recite to Jibreel ﷺ, whilst Jibreel ﷺ would listen. So due to these different and various narrations, the ulama, the scholars have mentioned that it's mustahab meaning it's desirable to read the Quran in such a manner that while another person recites, another is listening. So to recite the Quran in this manner, in this way, this is a mustahab and a desirable act in the month of Ramadan itself. So this is another special act to keep aside in the month of Ramadan, to do this, to practice this, inshallah ta'ala. So Allah Ta'ala gives us tawfiq to recite the Quran as much as possible, inshallah ta'ala. And not just to recite the Quran, but one is to, for example, there's perhaps many brothers or many sisters as well, that they're not in a position to recite the Quran, perhaps because they don't know or they feel a bit shy. So at least to take the means to learn how to recite the Quran, inshallah ta'ala, either by picking up one of the basic Nurani Qaidas or joining some classes, so on and so forth, inshallah ta'ala. And one is to obviously make time for the Quran, especially for the Quran in the month of Ramadan. Another is to obviously make time for the few actions which our Prophet ﷺ emphasized, which one should do in abundance. The 4 acts of reciting the kalima la ilaha illallah, and reciting astaghfirullah, and asking Allah Ta'ala and begging Allah Ta'ala for Jannah, and seeking Allah Ta'ala's refuge from Jahannam. So alongside making time for reciting the Quran, time should also be set aside for these 4 actions as well, which is to recite the kalima La ilaha illallah, say astaghfirullah, ask Allah Ta'ala for Jannah, and seek Allah Ta'ala's refuge from Jahannam. So may Allah Ta'ala gives us tawfiq to bring these actions into practice, inshallah Ta'ala, and to really make the most of this blessed month of Ramadan, inshallah Ta'ala. Subhanallah bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.